Welcome to About Mansfield. It is your audio newspaper. I'm Steve Casillo, broadcasting from the Sunmark Studios, along with the About Mansfield news team. Colleen Daniel, she's out there in Studio West. This is the March 18th, 2026, 312th edition, the Spring Break edition. Coming up, it's Mansfield news, talk, and information. Let's check the stories we're covering this week.
Firearm discovered in parent's purse at Summit High School entrance.
Mansfield Council's May City Council election after candidates run unopposed.
American Idol contestant named Grand Marshal for Pickle Parade.
And in sports, it's a two-fer for Summit basketball.
And in the talk segment, Steve concludes his in-studio interview with Mansfield City Councilman Larry Broseh. We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. This is About Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool Hand, Cool Hand, Cool Hand, where excellence is still cool.
Hey, it's Steve Casillo. Have you ever wondered what a river cruise is really like? It's not a big ocean ship, no crowds, no long lines, just a relaxed way to experience Europe, one beautiful town at a time. This November 12th through 19th, Paradigm Travel Agency is hosting a Rhine River cruise aboard the elegant Ama Lucia, sailing from Amsterdam to Basel through the heart of Europe's castle country. You'll wake up in a new destination every morning, medieval towns, vineyard hillsides, and historic cities with guided excursions and exceptional meals already planned. You unpack once, and Europe comes to you. For more information, contact Claudine at ParadigmTravelAgency.com. Don't forget, use promo code MP111226.
Looking for a night out that's anything but ordinary? Step into Vault Seafood and Steakhouse, Mansfield's premier upscale dining experience. Savor perfectly aged steaks, fresh seafood, and handcrafted cocktails, all served in a stunning atmosphere. Want more? Enjoy private dining rooms and a cigar lounge for that extra touch of luxury. Vault delivers exceptional flavor in a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Located at Matlock and Country Club, Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. Unforgettable nights. Unmatched taste.
Hi, I'm James Sellers, CEO and founder of Salmar Corporation, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. This portion of the news is brought to you by Vault Seafood and Steakhouse.
Mansfield Independent School District says a firearm was discovered Tuesday afternoon, May 10th, when a parent entered Summit High School. According to the district, the school's Evolve weapons detection system alerted staff to the parent's purse as she entered the campus. Administrators searched the purse and found a firearm. MISD officials said the parent did not go beyond the building's entryway. District police were called, but the parent left campus before officers were able to speak with her. In a statement, the district said it was grateful that students and staff remained safe and that the security equipment installed at the campus functioned as intended.
The city of Mansfield has canceled its May general election after both candidates on the ballot were running unopposed. During its March 9th meeting, the Mansfield City Council accepted the certificate of candidates and voted to cancel the election. The move allows the candidates to assume their positions without voters needing to cast ballots. The new terms will begin in late May. Mayor Pro Tem Todd Tenori will remain in his place 6 on the council. Tenori has served on the Mansfield City Council since November of 2020. In place 7, Dr. Jim Vishaskis will join the council. Dr. V has served on the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation after being appointed in October of 23. He was later named president of MEDC in October of 25. With both races uncontested, city officials say the election cancellation follows standard procedure under Texas election law. While the council election has been canceled, it should be noted that the May school board election will still take place. On the ballot, vying for place 7 will be incumbent Courtney Lackey-Wilson and Michelle Gooch. Place 6, incumbent Dr. Benita Reed is running unopposed. 9 days of early voting starts April 20th with the election day on May 2nd.
Mansfield native Brenna Brigman has been named Grand Marshal for the world's only St. Patty's Pickle Parade in Palooza on Saturday, March 21st. Brigman is a graduate of Legacy High School and recently gained national attention as a top 30 finalist on this season of American Idol. Organizers say her musical success and Mansfield roots made her a natural choice to lead this year's parade. When she's not performing, Brigman teaches at Destiny Music Studio, helping young musicians build confidence and develop their talents. Her original music is also available on Spotify. The day-long Pickled event begins with a 5K and a fun run at 8 a.m., followed by festival activities opening at 10 a.m., including vendors, live entertainment, and family activities. The world's only St. Patty's Pickle Parade steps off at 1 p.m. in downtown Mansfield, followed by live music, contests, and evening entertainment. Organizers are encouraging the community to come out and give Brigman a warm Mansfield welcome.
Summit wins state 2 years in a row. We'll talk about it because sports is next.
Hungry for bold flavor and a good time? Head on over to El Primo's to enjoy sizzling fajitas and their signature blue margarita. Enjoy weekend live entertainment and let the kids run wild with an outdoor play area and arcade. Planning a party? Multiple private rooms are available, including the all-new Parrot's Nest to make your event a success. Food, fun, and flavor for the whole family at El Primo's. Visit elprimos.net and bring your appetite. Located at Matlock and Country Club. El Primo's, where the locals go.
Mansfield Plumbing, Electrical, Heating, and Air is a family-owned local service provider with over 20 years of experience. Servicing Mansfield and surrounding areas, we offer expert plumbing, electrical, heating, and air solutions focused on quality workmanship, customer satisfaction, fair pricing, and guaranteed results for homes and businesses.
Call 817-473-8888. Mansfield Plumbing's never second rate.
In sports, Mansfield Summit is celebrating another state title after the Jaguars defeated Beaumont United 52-40 in a 5A Division II championship game Saturday at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Freshman Joseph Creel III was named the game's MVP after scoring a game-high 20 points, including 6 three-pointers. The win gives Summit back-to-back state championships after the Jaguars also won the 25 title, beating Fort Bend Marshal. Summit has now reached the state semifinals 3 times in the past 4 years. The district is also recognizing Summit coach Emin Pritchett, who was honored by UIL as the 24-25 NFHS Texas State Coach of the Year for boys basketball. In other sports, North Texas SC came up short Sunday night, falling 1-0 to Austin FC 2 down there in Austin. With the loss, North Texas moves to 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw on the very early MLS Next Pro season. One note from the match, 8 FC Dallas Academy products saw action for North Texas SC, continuing the club's development pipeline. Goalkeeper Eric Demora also returned to the lineup and made 2 saves after a short-term call-up to FC Dallas, where he was on the bench for match week 3 at LAFC. Up next, North Texas SC heads south for the first Texas Derby of the season against Houston Dynamo 2 on Saturday. Kickoff is set for 5 p.m. at SaberCats Stadium. And that, my friends, is a look at sports. This coming Saturday, March 21st, is National Common Courtesy Day, a lighthearted reminder that good manners never go out of style. The unofficial holiday encourages people to slow down just a little and practice the basics. Say please and thank you. Hold the door for someone. Let a driver merge in front of you, or simply greet a neighbor with a smile. Common courtesy may seem small, but those little gestures can make a big difference in someone's day and sometimes even change the tone of an entire community. So if someone waves you ahead in traffic or holds the elevator door for you, remember, return the favor. After all, unlike your streaming subscriptions, politeness is free.
Coming up after the break, we turn the page to the features section.
I'm Angel Biasatti, and today we're talking about simple ways to manage allergies with Methodist Mansfield News to Know.
This week's drink isn't a sip, it's a statement. Think bold bourbon, fresh strawberries, a little mint, and just enough spice to make you pay attention.
We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
And Colleen, before we go to break, just a short reminder, if you are a business owner or manager, we would love for you to consider adding About Mansfield to your advertising or marketing budget for 2026. Give your business a marketing boost while helping keep our lights on and show our great community that you care about keeping news alive right here in Mansfield. You can reach out to us through our website contact page at aboutmansfield.com. Here comes one right now. This portion of the news was brought to you by El Primos, where the locals go.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool hand, cool hand, cool hand, where excellence is still cool.
At Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, we've been caring for our home team for over 15 years. Today, you'll find award-winning physicians on the medical staff, advanced neurosurgery, a level 3 trauma center, critical care for newborns, and comprehensive orthopedic care. Methodist Mansfield, delivering the care our friends, neighbors, and home team depend on. That's community, and why so many people trust Methodist.
Congratulations to Teresa Martin, who was the first person to correctly answer last week's Mansfield trivia question. In honor of National Pi Day, what are the first 2 digits in the number pi? Teresa knew that pi was 3.14159265535 and has won a $25 restaurant gift card. Looking for the weekly, highly coveted, wildly popular About Mansfield trivia question? You can find it at its new home on the About Mansfield Facebook page. So log on to Facebook right now and hit the About Mansfield News Talk page. As always, the first person to email the correct answer will win a $25 restaurant gift card, courtesy of Joe Jenkins Insurance. Good luck.
Hi, this is Joe Jenkins with Joe Jenkins Farmers Insurance, specializing in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. I was born and raised here in Mansfield, Texas. We're active in the community, and Mansfield's a town we really care about. Our office has over 30 years experience in the insurance industry, and we're passionate about what we do and about customer service. For a free quote, please visit our website at joejenkinsinsurance.com or give us a call at 817-472-6058. Once again, that website is joejenkinsinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Landon Day with Daydream Photography, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. Let's open up the features section. Angel Biasatti is here to talk about simple ways to manage allergies in Methodist Mansfield. News to know. Angel?
Keep your immune system strong and still enjoy the great outdoors. Spring is here, and when it comes to sunshine, fresh air, and, unfortunately, seasonal allergies. But don't let that pollen slow you down. First, try monitoring the pollen counts. Keep your windows closed on high pollen days and rinse off with a quick shower after being outside. Local honey and saline nasal rinses can also keep those seasonal symptoms at bay. Next, you can boost your immunity by eating a colorful plate full of fruits and vegetables, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep. These things can help your body fight off allergens and other seasonal bugs. And don't forget to consume some vitamin C-rich foods like oranges, berries, and bell peppers. They're little immune superheroes. And lastly, stay active outdoors. Spring is the perfect time to go out for a walk, a bike ride, or a run. Take the dog along and enjoy your time. Just pick times when pollen is lower, which is usually later in the afternoon, and consider wearing sunglasses and a hat to reduce sun exposure. Fresh air and sunshine not only keep your body moving, they also lift your mood. So this spring, don't let the allergies hold you back. With a few simple tips, you can enjoy the outdoors, stay active, and keep your immune system strong. Breathe deep, get moving, and enjoy this season. I'm Angel Biasatti, reporting for About Mansfield podcast.
Shaken or stirred, you know it's going to be good as Brian Certain serves up a base-clearing libation in this week's Cocktail of the Week. Brian.
Welcome back to the Cocktail of the Week, sponsored by Bourbon Gospel. I'm your host, Brian Certain, and today in Spring Training Sips, the entry is a heavy hitter in more than one way. In baseball, the cleanup hitter is the one you trust to deliver. They bring power, they bring timing and precision. They don't just make contact, they make magic. And that is exactly what this week's cocktail brings to your glass. So say hello to the Bourbon Slugger Smash. It's a seasonal riff on the classic Bourbon Smash, one of my favorites, using local Texas strawberries, fresh mint, lemon, and just a touch of heat from the jalapeno honey syrup. It's the kind of drink that earns its spot in the middle of your lineup. It's bold, it's approachable, and it's built to drive home everything. What do we need to make this great cocktail? Well, we're going to need 2 ounces of Texas bourbon, something bold like a TX bourbon or a Milam and Green Texas bourbon. We're going to take 3 fresh strawberries with the green removed, a 1/4 ounce of a jalapeno honey syrup. Dang, that sounds good already. And then 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. We're going to take 4 to 5 mint leaves. The garnish is going to be a strawberry fan, mint sprig, and then optional thin jalapeno slices if you like a little extra heat. Glassware, double old-fashioned glass, or let's have fun, a baseball-themed mason jar. Ice, crushed or pebble ice. So think Sonic ice. So how do we make this beautiful cocktail? In a shaker tin, muddle the strawberries and the mint gently. Don't pulverize the mint. Then we're going to add the bourbon, the jalapeno honey syrup, and the lemon juice. Then you're going to fill the shaker tin with ice and shake vigorously for about 15 seconds. Then double strain into a rocks glass filled with crushed ice, and then garnish with a strawberry fan and a sprig of mint. Add that jalapeno slice for flair if you like it spicy. The mocktail version is the minor league smash. We're going to take 3 strawberries, again, removing the green, a 1/2 ounce of that jalapeno honey syrup or regular honey syrup for a milder option, a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 4 to 5 mint leaves, and then 2 ounces of chilled club soda or Topo Chico. Then we're going to muddle the strawberries and the mint, add the syrup, add the lemon, shake with ice, then strain into a glass with crushed ice and top with the club soda. The bourbon smash dates back to Jerry Thomas's 1862 Bartender's Guide, where smashes were considered refreshing, citrus-laced cocktails, kind of a cousin of the julep, but far more playful. What sets the smash apart is its flexibility. You can use almost any spirit, any fruit, any herb, which makes it the perfect springtime sipper and the ideal candidate for local flair. Texas strawberries are at their peak now in March and April, and their sweet tart balance plays beautifully with a bold bourbon. The jalapeno honey syrup, wow, just gives it the right edge that a cleanup hitter needs, a little swagger every single time they go to the plate. So this week, lean into the bold. Whether you're cleaning up after a long day or teeing up a game time gathering, the Bourbon Slugger Smash delivers big. As always, I'm open to hear your take and your input. You can reach me at brian@bourbongospel.com. And until next week, as Mark Twain said, too much of anything is bad. But too much whiskey, well, that's barely enough. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, I'm Brian Certain.
We're back in 60 seconds with the conclusion of Steve's in-studio interview with Mansfield City Councilman Larry Broseh.
Imagine a city where innovation knows no bounds, where dreams take flight, and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Welcome to Mansfield, a beacon of growth and a testament to vision. In the heart of Mansfield, a remarkable transformation is underway. But it's not just about the physical landscape. It's about the spirit that drives us forward. A spirit of collaboration that bridges cultures, a spirit of entrepreneurship that fuels prosperity, and a spirit of community that binds us as one. Mansfield is more than just a place. It's a canvas where diversity paints the picture of progress. From art festivals that ignite creativity to tech hubs that redefine boundaries, this city celebrates every voice, every passion. Mansfield, where growth knows no limits and the vision is limitless. Brought to you by the unstoppable spirit of the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation.
Hi, I'm Rachel Bagley, Assistant Director at Mansfield Economic Development Corporation, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to another segment of About Mansfield. I'm Steve Casillo as we make the transition from news to talk. And this week, we conclude our conversation with Mansfield Councilman Larry Broseh. In fact, let's start him off with a tough question. Enjoy. What was the most difficult vote you ever cast?
Oh, my goodness.
I have an idea of what that most difficult vote was, but I'm going to let you answer that before I chime in.
When I think back through, I've made a number of mistakes on there, Steve.
Okay.
Are we talking about a vote that would end up being a vote in public, or there were affirmations and literal voting that had to go on without public knowledge?
Yes.
I'm referring to city managers at that point.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that was the hardest decision that I made while I was on the board, was to change city managers.
Can I tell you what my thought was?
I'd love it.
You're voting Clay Chandler out of...
Okay.
You and I, oh my gosh, you and I are on the same page.
Yes. Yeah.
That had to have been the most difficult vote you ever cast.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Tell me about your relationship with Clay Chandler.
Clay and I believe, were and to this day are very good friends. The acquaintance went beyond the professional level, and I have only spoken to him 2 or 3 times since he resigned, but that is probably my fault. Very amicable meetings that we've had. That was a scary time as well as a difficult time.
But he still remains your friend.
I sure hope so. I'm his friend.
That has to be very, very difficult.
He's my friend, I should say. Yeah.
Okay.
He's my friend.
You also, during your tenure on council, you've chaired and you've served on TERS boards, and for the listener out there who glazes over on what is a TERS, first let's do a little education. What is a tax increment reinvestment zone, and why are they important to Mansfield?
Okay. I am not a really good person to be making definitions, but I will tell you my version of what a TERS is.
Okay.
A TERS is a document that is built upon the idea of a portion of land that is designated. That portion of land could be it could be 10 acres. It could be 10,000 acres. There's no limit to what size it could be.
All right. But, as an example, there's a portion of downtown that is under
that's correct.
That is under a TERS.
Right.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. So that is put on paper to allow the city management, city council to incentivize developers to come into that land or that area and develop whatever city council and management believes is the best type of developments. It allows that incentive. It allows them to give us to give an incentive. That incentive primarily is to give a portion of the property tax ad valorem property tax that they would be paying to the city back to them to reimburse them their development, some of their development cost. And an example is I chaired the TERS number 1, which was the initial TERS that we built in Mansfield.
And where is that located?
That is on the east side of Mansfield. It takes in the reserve primarily.
Okay.
And we have since actually added a few pieces, but they all have to be congruent. It has to be one congruent piece of property. The idea being that land is sitting in ag primarily. Downtown's a little bit different, but it's still being very undervalued by TAD. But we take primarily, as in TERS 1, thousands of acres that are in ag, which is ag exemption. Probably out of 1,000 acres, one might get maybe a few $1,000s. The city might get a few $1,000s a year in ad valorem tax from that. The idea is if we can get 35% of hundreds of millions of dollars of ad valorem value, then we are really well off. If we ask a developer to come in and build the roads, build the underground, build all of the utilities, it's just not feasible for them to do that. They in turn would go to somewhere like Frisco or Plano or Carrollton that will give them an incentive, or Grapevine or Fort Worth, just on and on. Because all cities in the Metroplex have an incentive program. So our feeling on city council, my feeling, is if we give them, and the number, sometimes a developer may get 50%. Sometimes we've given a lot of them 65% if it's a development that requires quite a bit of utility and roadways. So we help them.
And incentives are important to bring in. For instance, I would assume there were incentives for Klein Tools to relocate from Chicago to Mansfield.
Yes.
I would assume there were some incentives for Kroger to build a super Kroger, what do they call it? The Kroger Superstore.
Supercenter,
at Broad and 360.
That's correct,
And incentives are part of the game. If you don't offer, or Mansfield, doesn't offer incentives, they're going to go to another city that does.
That's correct. That's correct. And Mansfield would stay the nice little sleepy city or the little sleepy town that we once knew.
In terms of TERS decisions, what's the one you're most proud of?
Steve, that is a kind of a loaded question. There's several of them that I'm really happy with. I think one of the best ones that come to mind from somewhat recent times is just about 2 doors down.
The one that's right by the freeway?
Yeah.
Strawman. Okay.
That's one of that probably excites me as much as any one company, simply because it is a very high-tech company. And that's what our goal has been. We like many of the other companies that have come in, and I don't disparage them at all. That's just one of the best ones that I can remember. Innovation seems to be in the forefront of Mansfield's future. You've got the MIC, the Mansfield Innovation Center. And then right across the street and over the bridge, Verdexium is coming. And is that – That's really the hope, is to get that innovative incubator started. And we've been working on that for about 6 years now. Let's talk about infrastructure. It's not flashy, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Water, drainage, and roads. Has Mansfield kept up, or are we playing catch up? As far as drainage and a sewer system is concerned, I think we're ahead of the curve.
Okay.
And I say that by comparing with many other cities, not just in the Metroplex, but when I look around or when I go to other cities, I'll keep an eye out and just I compare mentally, and I think we're really ahead of the curve. Now with streets, people will not like me for saying this, but we're ahead of the curve. If I compare us against other cities that are 75 to 100,000 population, if I go up into the Northeast in particular, we are so far ahead of the curve. Now,
someone out there is pounding their desk going, wait, no, Broad Street, Heritage Parkway.
Now,
come on, Larry.
Having said that,
yes,
I'm extremely embarrassed with many of the roads in Mansfield. And even more so, I am discouraged by the fact that we don't have better ways to get in and out of Mansfield. That's one of Mansfield's biggest issues, especially when you go downtown. Downtown has two basic ways to get to it, and that's either on Broad or it's off of Main.
Mm-hmm.
And those two, most cities have many other arteries that will let them get into there.
And when there's a parade,
it's shut down. We're down.
Well, wait, I have an appointment at on the west side of Mansfield, and there's this thing called the Pickle Parade going on, and how do I get over there?
You better hope the appointment people have their phones open.
True.
We'll take your phone call.
My crack research team said you have something to do with the Tarrant Regional Water District Advisory Board. Are you you serve on that as well?
Yes, I do.
In what capacity?
As an advisory council, there are 4 cities, and I shouldn't have said cities. There are 4 entities in the TRA, Trinity River Authority. Mansfield is substantially the smallest member on that board, but somewhere back down the line, and I don't know if it was Bud Irvin or if it was someone before him, had the wisdom to tap into TRWD.
Tarrant Regional Water District.
TRWD, yeah. Had the wisdom to tap into them as they were building this system that came originally from Cedar Creek to become a participating member. That's a position today that we relish in because it gives us the same privileges that Fort Worth and Arlington get. We are able to sell water to other cities.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we sell bulk water to Grand Prairie and to Johnson County and have for quite some time. And we do that at a profit. We actually make money off selling the bulk water. I serve on that board, have served on it for close to 15 years probably. And we meet normally 2 times a year, and we approve or disapprove the budget, and we talk at length about the progress that's being made and what needs to be made. It's a huge undertaking because TRWD, the folks there look out to 2065.
Wow.
And it's important. I've learned over the 15 years I've been with that, it's really important to look that far out to see where your water is going to come from. Water is the most valuable commodity that the state of Texas has, and that can be proven. Because without water, we don't have cities. And our water doesn't come from the city. It comes from 70 miles southeast of us. There are several other areas. We also, TRWD has tapped into Ritson Chambers, and they have a lot of muddy, soggy fields, probably, and I don't know the number, but I think it's close to 1,000 acres of what would look like rice fields that have about roughly 2 feet of water in them, and they have berms. They can drive all across it. They have little culverts underneath the driving areas, but they all connect, and they're just a little bit higher altitude than Richland Chambers Lake is, and it's amazing what they've, and that's just been done in the last 10 years.
And all that water comes to Mansfield. Well,
comes through Mansfield and goes up to Arlington and over to Fort Worth, and eventually it even pours into Eagle Mountain Lake.
Yeah.
If we have surplus.
People driving around town have probably noticed the large water pipes,
yes,
especially right around Coles.
9-foot pipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larry, do you have anything to do with that?
Only from an advisory.
Oh, from the advisory. Okay.
Yeah.
And because pipes get old, pipes crack.
Yes.
These new pipes, I understand, are a material that are going to last longer.
Yes.
And they are bigger. They can carry more water than the existing pipes.
That's correct.
And that comes from TRWD. And,
yes.
And you were at least an advisory portion of bringing those pipes to Mansfield and beyond.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Coming up from Cedar Creek and going all the way on into Fort Worth. I mean, it's a massive ordeal. We actually, TRWD has partnered with Dallas, and we are currently looking at other lakes. We've gone to Lake Palestine, Lake Fork, and have actually at Palestine, there will be a line completed that will run from there, and it will connect up with the pipeline coming out of Cedar Creek. It also goes straight over to Dallas. So there's a good deal of partnering. There was $2 billion project started about, my memory says, 8 to 10 years ago with Dallas, that both parties are obviously integrally involved in it. And the whole idea is to get water, get some new sources of water. And even at this point, there's a fight that will be going on in Austin that either will or will not allow the Metroplex to bring water out of the Far East, Texas. There's a Region 6 up there that it wants to keep their water there, and we believe for the goodwill of the Metroplex, within the next 20 years, it's going to be a necessary project.
What will be the end result once those 9-foot pipes are firmly planted in the ground? We're done, which is probably about 2 or 3 years away. What would be the end result of having the pipes replaced?
The end result then is that momentarily you have more than double your flow.
Does that mean they would have to double the size of the water treatment plant?
No, because they won't need to double immediately.
Gotcha.
That all comes incrementally. And right now there's the ability to flow about 50% more than what's flowing. So currently, TRWD is set with the pumping capabilities that are needed.
It's all about preparing for the future.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
And that's probably been one of the most valuable lessons I've learned on city council is to understand how not to plan 5 years in advance. 5 years will get you a water tower. wouldn't even begin to start building you a filtration plant to get water, and then all the pumping that goes into it. If you think of the one place that we have here, the Bud Irvin pumping station, and think of Mansfield is a small city, but when you think of all the arteries that have to go out from that one plant, goes uphill and downhill and over hills. When's the last time you've been without water?
I can't remember if I ever have been without water.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. It's our water treatment plant, and we're the third. Arlington and Fort Worth and then Mansfield are the only true filtration plants,
right,
where we do get our water processed.
I found out about 2 hours ago that you also serve as a deacon at your church. Is that correct?
Has Evans been in here?
No, Evans is not. That's been a while.
He calls me deacon.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even a council member to him. I'm deacon.
You're the deacon. Okay. How does faith play into, or does faith play into decisions you make on council?
I hope it's my foremost thought. I consider myself a much more spiritual person than a religious person. Mm-hmm. And I just hope and pray that my every vote goes down with the thought from my biblical knowledge that I have, which probably is not great. But
I know what a deacon does in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
What does a deacon do in a Baptist church?
Serve.
It's probably similar roles.
It probably is. Whether it's there are various ministries that we call, one being visitation, one to hospital visits. There's a parking lot ministry where you direct cars in the mornings. I'm sure St. Jude's has many needs for that.
Absolutely.
But greeters, things that's visiting widows. Those are the primary
I
uses.
also found out a couple of hours ago that you co-founded the Mansfield ISD Education Foundation.
Mansfield Education Foundation. That was in 1998.
Yeah,
was a thought that was came up, and I was asked if I would be one of the founding members because it was well on its path, I think, to success. We had Vernon Newsom. I couldn't get my thought process
former
there.
superintendent.
Former superintendent, I think, was very involved in helping get that started. But no, it was a very exciting time, and I had initially planned on staying on that foundation. In '99, I got so busy running a company and running for city council that I did talk to the people and said I would resign that position because it looked like the city council was going to take up a good deal of time that I wanted to pursue.
I believe one of the major things that the Education Foundation does is they hand out the grants to teachers and staff those that. And I was just meeting with Jennifer Carica just a week ago or so. I believe they said that they've handed out, since its inception, close to $3 million in grants.
I just saw that number.
Isn't that incredible?
The other day. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of pocket change.
And it all goes back to Larry Broseh and the others that was served on the original board. But wasn't that, I would assume that was the key back then, was to raise funds to help the Mansfield ISD community.
That was, and it was a real joy to go out to the schools and hand that big old check out to a teacher and a handful of students. That's embedded in my memory.
When your term finishes in May, by the way, a note to the listeners, Larry Broseh is not running for re-election. When your term finishes in May, 24 years of serving on the city council, how do you want Mansfield residents to remember Larry Broseh?
I hope they remember me as a stable person that has not wavered very much. And when I did waver, it was for a good reason. That's really what I want to be remembered for. Stable, and above all, that I acted in a Christian manner.
Larry Broseh, what's your favorite ice cream?
Strawberry.
Any particular brand, or you just go for the generic?
Tillamook.
Tillamook strawberry.
I love Tillamook.
Okay. Excellent. I like to conclude these interviews. Everyone who sits in that chair goes through what's called the lightning round. And it's a very, very, very simple, 10 very simple questions.
Okay.
You ready?
Probably not, but.
Night or day?
Day.
One word that describes Mansfield in 1984.
Sleepy.
One word that describes Mansfield today.
Thriving.
Harder job, CEO or councilman?
Councilman.
In one word, if you weren't in manufacturing, what career would you have chosen?
Veterinarian.
One council meeting that ran longer than it should have.
2 a.m.
Tell me about the 2 a.m. meeting. First of all, when was that and who was our mayor?
David Cook. Would have been approximately about 2016.
And what was the issue that took it till 2 in the morning?
There were multiple issues. Back then, it was primarily growth issues. One of the issues that we had, this could have been late. We had several late night. I can remember 1 o'clock. I think 2 o'clock was the latest we ever ran.
Should we continue the lightning round?
Okay.
Okay. Growth, exciting or exhausting?
I'd say exciting.
A Mansfield restaurant you'd take an out-of-town business partner to?
Meehan's Chop House.
The biggest myth about city government?
Crooks.
Finally, finish this sentence. Mansfield will be at its best when?
It completes its industrial and entertainment districts.
Serving on the Mansfield City Council for 24 years, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of thank yous over the next few months, several months, especially in May, and you're going to get the first one here. Larry, thank you for serving on City Council, and especially, I would assume you are the longest serving person on the council.
Yes, that's correct. I think the next person was 17 years.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
I appreciate that very much, Steve, and I hope you're right about it. I hope you're thinking positively that I'm going to get a couple of thank yous.
I'm wondering if the city's going to give you a Rolex watch for putting in at least 20 years.
I wouldn't wonder too long. Oh, no.
That's great,
I appreciate that. It has been a joy, and I'll tell you, you hear the mixed, the bittersweet thoughts. Mm-hmm. I'm probably having more bitter thoughts right now than sweet thoughts about leaving. There's, although it's very, not only it's so much more time consuming today than it was 24 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably 20 times more time.
Well, you have work sessions that start at 1 in the afternoon and that go.
And sometimes start at 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's such a feeling of connected. You feel like you're a little part of doing something, and it gives me a lot of joy to do that. Now, the downside is I've had to plan vacations around meetings for 24 years.
I've had to plan vacations around a weekly podcast.
There you go. There you go.
I get to go out of town on Thursday. I got to be back by Monday. And
hey, that saves you a lot of money, Steve.
It does. It does. There's a lot of weekend road trips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larry, again, congratulations and thank you for your service to the city.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate that.
Coming up next week on About Mansfield, we will talk about the importance of mentoring with Mentors Care's Dina Petty. In the meantime, this is the place where you'll hear the latest Mansfield news, talk, and information. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, engage, love, share, support this podcast. If you haven't already, so you never miss an episode. It's free and it's easy. Head on over to our website, aboutmansfield.com. There on the homepage, enter your email address. We will never, ever, 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 ever send you any spam. We promise.
About Mansfield is recorded at Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio. Hosts Steve Casillo and Colleen Daniel. Moment with the Mayor, Michael Evans. Methodist Mansfield News to Know, Angel Biasatti. Cultural Arts Calendar, Tim Roberts. Cocktail of the Week, Brian Certain. Post-production editing, mixing, and mastering, Steve Casillo and Andrew Miner.
This podcast is copyrighted by Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this podcast without prior written consent is strictly prohibited. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Steve Casillo, and this is About Mansfield.